Hello, Sagittarius. These are your tarot cards for May of 2023. I'm Danielle Stimpson of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and I highly recommend that you check out the videos for your sun, moon, and rising signs if you happen to know all three. And if you are into Reiki, crystals, or tarot, I highly recommend that you hit that subscribe button and turn the notification bell on so you don't miss an opportunity for all of the above. So without any further ado, let's dive in and see what the cards have in store. Okay, so Sagittarius, this month your guides actually came through and had a lot to say for you, and so the last card actually sheds a lot of meaning on the entire reading. So this is going to go in a slightly different order than my readings for the Tarot for All 12 Signs often do. So we'll start with your focus for the month. The focus for the month is the Five of Swords. This is sort of a call to action to prevent something. So the Five of Swords is usually the tainted victory kind of card. It's the winning but at what cost. Generally, this is to get ahead but at someone else's expense. There's deceit, duplicity, and frankly just a lack of like any kind of moral compass or anything like that. The focus for this month is very much around how not to end up where he is. Yeah, I won. I'm picking up all the battle swords on the field, but did I really win them? Kind of thing. This is a good month for you to start to look at what is the most meaningful to you. What are your morals, your values, and what is most important to you? Where do you want to put your energy? Overall reading this month is there is only so much of you to go around. And so deciding where you want to put your energy and what you really want to get into it, and also deciding where are my values and am I honoring those? So we'll move on from here. How are we entering the month? Two of Cups. This is the partnerships, the coming together, the working together. In some cases, this may be new relationships, but more than anything, for the sake of this reading and into this month, this is you coming together and everything feels like good. We're working on face-to-face, open, honest connection. It feels like you are connected to everything, but unfortunately, it looks like there's too many things to be connected with this month. So where do we get to the challenge? It's another two. It's the Two of Rods, which is a big decision. It's like the dawn is there. He's got the world in his hands, and he's really deciding with those two staffs. Do I take door A or door B? Do I take the blue pill or the red pill? Like it feels like very big decisions. We will get more information on this card in a moment. What's the best path forward? Looks scary, but it's not, I promise. It's the Death card. Death card is about natural endings. It's not a tower. It's not like something's getting blown up. It's not like literal death. It's the natural end of one thing so that you can go and start anew elsewhere. There's just certain things that are meant to come to their end at this time. This is the only major arcana card in your 5-card reading, so this is going to be the most important. This is the best analogy I can give you, and I think it's really important here. These are people who are deceased. This is the harbinger of death, and this is death's flag. Now, this is important. Traditional tarot iconography is death holding this black flag with a white flower in it, meaning out of endings comes brand new beginnings. If you look at the Fool in most tarot decks, he's wearing or carrying a white flower. That's the flower. Things have to come to an end so the Fool can begin his journey. And the Fool is the number 0 in the tarot. It's the beginning of the deck, and the tarot is usually referred to as the Fool's journey. So this is about bringing things to endings that are meant to be ended now. So Whispers from your guides, that big card that kind of tells you more about everything that I mentioned. This is the Two of Pentacles. Now, the Two of Pentacles is about, and there's a lot of twos here. Twos mean kind of like Other than the cups, it means like a parting of ways. In this particular card, in this particular deck, he looks happy, hunky-dory, like, look at me, I've got two pentacles, which are 2 coins. I don't know what all this is behind me. I'm not dealing with it. In every other deck, it's usually someone that's like struggling to balance these two. In this deck, what it's really trying to show is right now, this feels like it could balance, but it's not sustainable long term. What this usually means is that there's a lot being juggled, but not a lot being accomplished. There's a lot of movement. There's a lot of trying to keep all the plates spinning, but you're not going to be able to do that for much longer. It's also a sign that there's not a lot of clear information. There's some confusion. There's not a lot of, it's more like, okay, let me just do what needs done today, and not a lot of big picture thinking or planning. That there might need to be more clarity. What this is your guides telling you is you can't tread water with these two forever. You kind of have to make a choice. Which way am I gonna go? Because you don't want to end up dropping everything. And I know that everything is way more important to you to see any of it be dropped. So one of it might need to be handed off and almost left to go on its own way, closing one chapter to allow yourself to move forward and put your energy where it's most important to you. And that would be this. So this is your guide saying you're moving a lot around, but you're not accomplishing it. There's a lot of busyness, but not a lot of completion. And that's going to continue. You're not going to be able to handle everything that you've been wanting to be involved in and carrying and doing. You're going to have to lighten your load before the load lightens itself for you. If you continue down this path, you're going to end up compromising the things that are important to you, the values, and you'll end up almost robbing Peter to pay Paul without wanting to have it come to that. So I want to bring your attention back to Five of Swords. If you try to spin all the proverbial plates and keep them all going, you'll get somewhere, but you won't be able to get there with your integrity intact, and that's going to truly trouble you. That's not something that you want. This is a time to make very important decisions. And note that this guy does not look like he is thrilled at this. He's very pensive. He looks almost troubled. But he knows that he has the world and the future in his hands. And oh, look, if you look in his pocket, well, there's a white flower. There's a red one too. So I would say this is a month to focus on what's most important to you, what is also important to you, but maybe you can do it justice by leaving it for someone else. Or maybe the best service you can do is to hand it off, leave it somewhere else, leave it down, walk away, or even hand it to a better organization, group, person. This is going to show up for a lot of people different ways. For some people, this is going to be choosing one relationship over another. For most of you, it's not going to be interpersonal. For most of you, it's like, do I do this work of my heart, or do I do this other work of my heart? Do I do this job, or do I go off on this other path? It's going to be more like that. You already know what I'm talking about more than likely. But remember, death is not always a bad thing. It's not about the end of a life. It's more about the letting yourself free of one thing so that you can commit your attention to exactly where you're most aligned, so that you can truly do it justice and not get knocked down by that big wave because you're too busy keeping these within balance. So With all of that mentioned, Sagittarius, I do wish you a beautiful month. Definitely check out your sun, moon, and rising if you happen to know all three. And if you are interested in learning Reiki, definitely check out learnreikiphiladelphia.com. And if this was helpful to you at all, consider hitting the like button. I do hope to see you again for June, Sagittarius. All the best to you, and bye for now.